Alrighty, this evening we do have a consent agenda. Commissioners haven't had a chance to review.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
We motion and have a couple of seconds. Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. That motion carries. First item of our regular agenda this evening is we get to recognize the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge winners. Pam Stevens is going to walk us through that.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. It's part of our contract with the city. The Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge falls under that. This was our third year of doing it. It just continues to be very successful. We had 26 businesses that were supposed to be there that day. I think we ended up with 24. We had a couple that couldn't make it that morning, but what they had to do before in their classes, they had to come up with an executive summary of their business. That was judged ahead of time before our event by judges, and then the day of, they came to the Meridian Center, they got some breakfast, they got their trade show set up, and then they had to go in and present in front of 3 judges their business plan. And then they were also judged on their trade show. So we had chamber members come through, parents, different people in the community come through the trade show, and then at the end, we kind of awarded the winners. It's kind of a great software that we have called Venture Dash that it calculates it in real time. So it's kind of fun to see, but we do have some of the students here today. Our first place winner is Rewild Landscape. It's Peyton Hennis. Second place was Proceed Jankin Dates. I might have that wrong, but third place was Painted Bells, and it was Bella Het. And then we had 2 People's Choice. We usually try to do 1 People's Choice, but we had a tie, so we had 2. One was SOA Spray, Adam Oswald and Brennan Sutherland, and then Gigi Nailed It by Gianna Beard. But I couldn't do this without having the teachers involved. The very first year we started out, and Dee Dee Trumbull is a teacher in JAG, and so I knew Dee Dee, and I said, will you be a guinea pig and get this started? So she took it on, and we had 35 kids go through that year. We learned a lot from that, and then we continued to grow. We added the other JAG class with Kaylee, I don't know if Ragoza, and then Paul Richenberger joined also. So we have 3 teachers and 4 classes that participate in this. Next year, we are going to expand a little bit and bring Heston into it because I am a Harvey County e-community. So we had 9 students from Heston come and go through the trade show to see what it was like. But it's just fun to see the light bulb go on with these kids when they realize that they can really start their own business and they can be successful. So I might have our top, and then we had our 9 judges I want to recognize as well. That was Alec Aitchen, Annie Pitts, Brittany Stevens, Erica Stevens, Marcia Oden, Rod Cry, Ryan Stutlick, Tamber Rose, and Rick Tate. So thank you to those that do it every year and kind of give us that, take their time out of their schedule to come and do this. But I might want to see if any of the teachers want to come up. Dee Dee, you want to say? Okay. Paul, do you want to say anything?
From play practice into school.
Might hear from one of the teachers. And Paul did this in McPherson, and so when he joined the high school as a teacher in ag business, and I believe entrepreneurship, then he kind of already knew the system, so I might let him share a little bit about his class.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We are excited to be here. And speaking about the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge, I just think it's a great opportunity for students at Newton High School to express their creativity, to talk to community members about their ideas, and to kind of show something that they're passionate about, and hopefully one day bring that idea or a future idea they may have to our local community. I know that my 2 students back here got really nervous before the competition because they weren't sure what to expect, but they did a great job representing Newton High School, and as their teacher, I could not have been more proud of their effort in the day. Peyton's business is Rewild Landscape. It's kind of taking a yard and transforming it back to its natural state, whether that be with some animals like bees or doing some natural landscaping. And I think the uniqueness of that idea was really special. And then Brandon's business was with a partner, Adam Oswald, and they had a drone spraying business for farmers. And so, and I know that Adam is currently looking at purchasing a drone and working with another friend on starting something along those lines in real life. So, did I miss anything? Anything you want me to add? And do you want to explain? Yes, but Yannick is an exchange student. He got second place in the competition. He was supposed to be here, but he's not here right now. But his business was Proceed, and he created like a vegan protein bar for people to try. And so,
All right, sorry, ran up and down the stairs. So I'm Dee Dee Trumbull with Jobs for America's Graduates, and this being our third year of doing this Entrepreneurship Challenge was even better than the first. I thank Pam very much for the opportunity and you all for giving our students this chance. Jobs for America's Graduates is just like what it sounds, and that's what we're here to do, is help prepare them for their future. I can't count the number of students who went through this business plan adventure and are actually doing their own business now. Gianna is one of them. She took People's Choice, but she has her own business called Gigi's Nailed It. And she is going to go to Bellis Academy in Manhattan next year. She'll graduate in December, and she will then be a licensed and certified nail technician. So, yeah, she's learned a lot. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And I might let Peyton maybe come up, but Peyton will go on to compete at K-State. She won $500 as our top prize that we give at our event, and she'll get another $500 just being selected to go to K-State. And at K-State, they give over $70,000 away in prizes, so we're hopeful that she's going to come home with even more money. So it's pretty exciting to see these kids, and hopefully they'll come back in Newton and open their own business and be taxpayers. Peyton, do you want to say anything? Are you excited? It's April 28th and 29th in Manhattan. So we're going to wish her well and hope that she comes home with some more accolades for her business that she put together. So
It was pretty neat to go through all of those booths and see the ambition and the pivot. So the team with the drones, what was really cool is that they had the ag spray, but then they had a secondary or equally important, like bovine watering for hot spots in the feedlots, if I remember right, to keep them cool. And, it was just really cool to see each of the students find a problem and then a solution to go with it. The rewild is, not everybody wants to have a manicured lawn and everything. Some people want to go with natural and everything. So it was really cool that every one of them found a problem or a passion and then sold to it. So it was really great.
And I think they're realizing, I know Gianna is, that you can, not have another job other than what you want to do. And she's been doing that here in our community. I think some of the retirement communities, she's been painting nails on some of the women out there. So she's, I think, excited to see. And hopefully this gives them that thought that they can go out on their own and own their own business. So it's just fun to see that in our third year, students are thinking they really can do this as their career.
Well, and the program's grown, right? Because it was like mandatory in year
Yeah.
one. Like if you,
The very first year
but
was
it's not anymore,
mandatory.
right?
Yeah.
And it's still grown. So that's kudos. So.
Very proud of these students that have, decided to do it, because it's not easy to get up in front of 3 judges and have to tell your story of your business that you would like to have. And so when they go to K-State, there's 2 different type of categories. There's ones that they're actually doing their business because they have more financials and stuff to prove, and then ones that are just hypothetical that they're thinking about doing. So it's kind of nice they separate them out, but it's growing. This year they added 2 more events, one in Pittsburgh State and one at Hays State, to have people go to compete there and hopefully become a wild card.
Cool.
So you want to take picture with her?
Sure.
Come here. Yes. Yeah, probably. Any questions for our students that are here?
You guys went in on it?
Well,
Are we all coming?
Come on.
Oh,
then you're going to be right up here into the center. Teachers, yes, you need to be up there. You get these kids through this whole process.
You said you want to say?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. You can leave if you want. You don't have to stick around unless you really want to.
I just want to say that the students that we're talking about right here are at some point, someday, going to be the leaders of this community or whatever other community that they go to. So we're very proud of you.
Yep.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you.
Alrighty, next item on our agenda is to consider a proclamation. Wait a minute. Yeah, consider a proclamation declaring April 24th as Arbor Day in Newton. Alrighty, Jackie and Josh are going to handle this one. There they are.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Josh and I are both here to kind of go through the Arbor Day proclamation. I'll go through a few specifics and then I'll have him read the proclamation for you guys. We are with the Parks Division, so every year we take the joy in doing this and celebrating Arbor Day with some students through the community. This, last year, was our 50th year as a Tree City USA, so that's something to be very proud of. We have been with Tree City USA since its inception. We are also a member of Tree Cities of the World, which this was our 7th year last year, and we have been with them through the inception of Tree Cities of the World. So Tree City USA began in 1976 with 42 communities. Newton is one of 4 in Kansas that have been with Tree City USA for the 50 years. So again, something to be proud of. Arbor Day is one, for us to host an Arbor Day, is one of the requirements that we have to have in order for us to apply for the Tree City USA and Tree City of the World recognition. So something very important to us. This last year, in 2026, actually, purchased and planted 96 trees. I didn't get the count that we removed. We've removed several, obvious to the disease or they're dead or something. They've just aged out. But we have planted 96 trees this year. In the past, we haven't planted quite as many. It kind of is dependent on weather sometimes, and then what we think we can manage through the season in the way of watering, because obviously they take some work after they're planted as well. But we are very hopeful that we can continue this tradition and still kind of get to our 100 trees a year on planting. This year, we are planning on doing Arbor Day on Friday, April 24th, from 10:50 to noon at Slate Creek Elementary, and we're going to be splitting the tree planting with 2 first-grade classes. So one class will come out and help us with the first part. They'll go back in, and the other class will come out and they'll help us finish up. We are going to be planting a sugar maple tree close to their newer playground structure, so that hopefully someday they'll get a lot of good shade out of that. So I'll have Josh read the proclamation.
Hello, everybody. So this is our Arbor Day proclamation. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas Newton has been recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation and desires to continue its tree planting practices.
Now, therefore, I, Rich Stinnett, Mayor of the City of Newton, do hereby proclaim April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day in the City of Newton and urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and to promote the well-being of this and future generations. All righty. So,
Thank you.
Motion.
I move that we, what do we?
Accept the
Accept the
proclamation.
Accept the proclamation.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Better not.
Better not.
Passes. Thank you. All righty. Next item this evening is to consider a resolution authorizing the execution of a consent and subordination agreement with Carsten Holdings LLC, also known as CD Customs.
That's right. Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you'll find a resolution that's been prepared by the city's bond counsel, Gilmore and Bell. This relates to the 2022 issuance of IRBs to Carsten Holdings doing business as CD Customs for an expansion. The resolution allows for the attached consent and subordination agreement, which essentially subordinates, lowers the city's interest in the project to allow for a mortgage to go through so that they can obtain financing. All the bonds are held by CD Customs or Carsten Holdings, so there's no downside to the city. It's just an action to appease the underwriters of the loan. City staff supports it, bond counsel supports it. It's a single action to approve the resolution, and that authorizes the execution of the agreement.
Oh, okay.
Denise.
The resolution number would be G-1379.
I move that we adopt G-1379.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carried. Next item this evening is to consider releasing the city's reversionary interest for real estate located at Harvest Point. Chris?
I'll take this one as well, yes. This is the release of a reversionary interest that the city holds, and just for the benefit of the public, a reversionary interest is something that's recorded in a deed that allows the prior owner to take back interest in a property. Here we had a contractual relationship, whereas they were going to construct a certain number of doors through by a certain date. If they didn't, the city could take the property back, but they've met those contractual requirements. So here we release it. It cleans it up on the deed so they have clear title and the city no longer has a reversionary interest. This one's a little different because it's in a two-phase. The city does have an unrelated reversionary interest to future growth. But the deadline on that, they don't have to pull a permit till I think 2034, so they have some time on that. But they've been a great partner. They've done everything they're supposed to do on that, and the city staff supports releasing this reversionary right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I move that we approve the release.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. All right, next item this evening is to consider an amendment to the airport hangar and ground lease agreement with Shield AI. Tag team Chris and Brian.
I'll tee this up. As you recall, back in October of last year, we approved the original lease agreement for Hangar J South, as well as 3 acres of land. And then in February, Shield AI requested that they expand their acreage from 3 acres to 8 acres. So we had added an additional 5 acres. Well, they have yet another request to add another 1.85 acres to their land holding on the east side of the airport. The price for the land is 17 cents a square foot per year. It's in line with what they were paying on the other portions of the land as well, and it's above our asking price. So I would recommend that we approve this amendment.
And I would just add one point that as a airport lease that's longer than 1 year, it does have to be approved by both the city and the county. The county hasn't taken this up yet, but we would anticipate them taking up next Tuesday.
All right.
I move that we approve this amendment.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Same sign.
Thank
Motion
you,
carries.
Commissioners.
Thank you, Brian. All right, next item this evening is to receive bids for water, sewer, and streets and storm drainage for the Sand Creek Station 5th Edition. Ed?
Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioners. So this is we had a bid opening for the water, sewer, storm drainage, and roads at Sand Creek 5th Edition. We had 5 bidders. Bids were opened on April 7th, 2 o'clock here at City Hall. They all came in really close. And NOWAC was the low bidder, the lowest responsible bidder, so we would recommend that Commission would approve NOWAC as the low bidder on that project.
Okay. And all of this is being, 100% of this is borne by the benefit
By the
district,
benefit,
not by
correct.
the city.
That's
So,
correct.
Very good.
I move that we award bids to the lowest bidder as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have
I
a
will
second?
second that.
Awesome. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item this evening is to consider a request for temporary alcohol permit for the Unity in the Community event on May 9th. Denise?
Yes, Commissioners, thank you. You received in your packet the application for the Unity in the Community event for a temporary alcohol permit. There's also a map along with that, plus the form that needs to go to the state that I would sign, return to them, and then they will have to send that off. We will take and give them a or the ordinance that we have that allowed us to put to sell alcohol and that kind of stuff, or serve alcohol in the parks.
Right.
And staff would recommend that you approve this.
All right.
I move that we approve the temporary alcohol permit for the Unity in the Community event.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Next item this evening is to consider a request for temporary alcohol permit from 5 to 10 for Rockets and Rails event July 3rd. Denise?
Yes, thank you. This is for our July 3rd event that we will be holding out at Athletic Park. Again, you have the application in the packet, as well as the one that has to go to the state and the map that shows you what the borders are for that. This is going to be held also in conjunction with the Mexican-American Fast Pitch Softball Tournament that starts on that night. So staff would recommend that you approve this. They have met all the requirements.
I move that we approve the temporary alcohol permit for Rockets and Rails.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. All right, next item this evening is to receive an update regarding the First and Kansas Railroad Crossing project.
Yeah, just wanted to give Commission, there's no action on this evening, it's just for your information. As you're aware, the First Street and Kansas kind of railroad crossing area has been pretty rough for a few years, and we've received a number of complaints on it. Last year, city staff contacted Watco. We went on site. We took a look at it, tried to figure out a way that we could improve this area, help the traveling public on it. Watco didn't have any money in their budget to do anything in 25, but they did have money in 26. And so we worked together to come up with a plan to better this crossing. So they were out last week and they started on the first phase, if you will, of this. The picture doesn't show very well, but on south of there, south of First Street, there's a pretty good curve and a bank in that rail, which causes it to kind of twist up high. They corrected some of that, and then the next step will be Watco will come in and they will flatten the tracks out across First Street. Once that's done, it'll be a short inconvenience. We'll have to close the street for a while to have that done, I think 2 to 3 days. Once that's complete and they put the new aprons in, then staff, city crews will come in the purple area there, and we'll essentially cut out that existing concrete and we'll lay back concrete to kind of come up at the same pitch with the rail to kind of avoid some of that uneven kind of north to southness drive on there. So we would anticipate that work happening when school lets out, and we're thinking it'll be closed for about 2 weeks to let concrete cure and set. So we'll set up detours, but anyways, it started phase 1. It's we're making progress. So just wanted to give you a brief update, kind of where we're at with that project. So more to come, but we're moving in the right direction.
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's good news. Next item this evening is to consider the proposed 2027 budget.
Thank you, Mayor. So what you have before you today is the 2027 proposed budget calendar. You'll notice some of the things have been happening internally through our March and early April. Been working with staff to work on that. The dates of note for you all would be starting to have those budget work sessions. The first one's scheduled on June 17th for 4 hours in the morning, and the second one June 18th with equal amount of time. And then we have a potential one scheduled in July if we need it, before we have to put out that notice to exceed revenue neutral rate. Your city manager's budget to the commission will be on July 28th at 7 p.m. at your regularly scheduled meeting. And then we have the public hearing on adoption of the budget on August 25th, still leaving us plenty of time to have it certified by the October 1st deadline.
Well, let's make it happen.
It works for, those dates work for me. I already checked them out. So all those dates are fine.
Very good.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't need a motion.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Next item is our citizens forum, and Tim Pauley.
Good evening, Mayor and the commissioners. I've been approached by a lot of people, and they just don't have the information they want. And it's about the South Spencer from First Street to Southeast 12th. That was supposed to have been done like a year ago. And there's been no progress, and there's nothing happening. And, you know, I'm just, for a lot of people, I'm just looking for an answer when that's going to get finished.
Sure.
This work? Yeah. Yeah, so the reason that got put on hold was we were running into a bunch of weather issues last year. We were in the middle of working on Hillside at the same time we were working on Spencer. So the decision was made, since Spencer already did have a hard surface, although not in the best shape. Hillside was really a lot of mud and a lot of trying to build Hillside up. The decision was made to pause work on Spencer, and finish up Hillside, and then resume again this spring. Hillside was completed about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We've been in communications with the contractor to remobilize and start work up again here end of April, and hopefully maybe a little sooner, but April-ish, end of April-ish is when they will start working on that, and then we will work to completion at this point.
Okay, so it was the same company doing Spencer that did Hillside?
No. Hillside was done by Pearson, and Spencer is done by Conspec. And that was part of some issues we had with some coordination between contractors too, trying to get stuff to make detours work. So Conspec, Kansas Paving, they are doing Spencer, and they will remobilize here at the end of April.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You bet.
As people ask, so.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All righty. We are going to call for a motion for an executive session where we will not take any action. We don't intend to come back after that session for any additional agenda items, so the public may stay or not. With that, call for that motion.
I move that the city commission recess into, how much time?
10 to 15.
Yeah, about 10, how about we call it 7:45?
7:45?
All right.
Assuming you don't want to go around the horn, Mayor, no, you're good. 7:45.
Yep.
Okay, I move that city commission recess into executive session to conduct discussions regarding an industrial prospect. The justification for closing the meeting is to discuss data relating to the financial affairs or trade secrets of corporations, partnerships, trusts, and individual proprietorships. The time and place at which the open meeting shall resume is 7:45 p.m. in the city commission chambers.
Do we have a second?
Second. Aye.
All those
Or
in
I
favor say.
second. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting way ahead. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. 7:45. We returned from our executive session where no action was taken. And we have another.
One more executive session, attorney-client. We can be back at 7:55. It'll be a quick one.
I'd call for that motion.
I move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. 7:55. We are back from our executive session where no action was taken. We are